Well, 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 I am here. Sorry for the extremely late stream. But, okay, you know what? I just noticed this. Wait a second. Alright, gameplay with webcam, just so you could see me. Dang it, why does this take so long to download? Beep beep lettuce. What? What? Beep beep lettuce. Noise. I don't know what you mean. Oh right. It's random talk, isn't it? I don't know how you say. Ah. Ah, I got disconnected. Ah. The funny thing is, you're unable to connect at the moment. Huh. And I'm unable to connect here, so hold up. Let me do something. Alright, type this in. Okay. Go here. Click on here. Go here. Click on here. Or wait, are you just saying you can't connect? Oh. Oh, I see why. I'm gonna have to yell at my dad again. Oh, alright, trash. There we go. You should now be able to connect. Oh yeah, shoot. The IP address changed. You know what? Here. I'm hiding things. Yes, this was the old IP address. Anybody who was watching saw it, but it's no longer the IP address. So, let's save it. Let's go back to game. Hey, it worked. I'm on. Oh. Oh, man. Oh, man, what have you done? Oh, man. You're missing key parts, my friend. Ah, yes, feels good to have a lighter. What the heck happened here? What the heck happened here? Somebody's been in my crops. Still don't work for you? Have you tried the new server IP? Or wait. Oh, wait, no, you have, because you've been in it before. Yeah, I can tell. You need some powered rails, my friend. Huh. Wonder why you can't join. Everything's been set to correct thing on my end. Yeah, what's up with that? Oh, it's probably Vincent. Maybe his sister. Okay, lava's gone. That's right, I used it. This thing is still stupid. Because I still need stuff. Also, I'm building a giga farm and just restarting Minecraft. Oh, nice. Giga farm is good farm. Hold up, hold up. I'm going to quickly check something. Alright. 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 Yep. Back to the server. Oop. Oh. Wait. Hold up. Wait. That's you, right? Yeah. Amazing dubstep. That's... Yeah, that's you, isn't it? Isn't it a random person? I can't remember. Flick. Ouch. At least I've got infinite potatoes. For the white stone. What? Diorite? Do you mean diorite? Okay. Nope. Oh, and there goes Anna. Oh, wait, hold up. Anna!
Hello.
Hello!
How well is the sound?
Very quiet.
Well, that's because I had to.
Who was in your mind? I don't know, random person. Alright, hold up. What? What, Anna?
I had to turn my thing down last time. Up.
Alright.
I've got Mason.
You got Mason, he can join now as well. Also, if he has Discord, he can join this.
Yeah, Discord's just being weird.
Alright. Anyways, I'm just going to destroy all this sugarcane. Why do I have so much sugarcane? I'm just realizing this. Why?
What? Yeah, one.
Perfect. Okay, seriously, how much sugarcane is... Oh no! It's the death pit. It's the death pit. It's the death pit. Okay, no, my sugarcane. Give me my sugarcane. There we go. I'm good. Scout 85 will not be happy with about this. Alright. Okay. Lots of sugarcane. No idea what to do with the sugarcane, but sugarcane. Alright. Okay, I need to get some fuel for this thing. Like, let's see. I have no fuel for it. No. I guess all of it's in the minecart. Oh, what? There's a stick in it. Hold up. How much are in the furnaces? Oh, stack each. Okay. Huh. I don't even know where a jungle is. That's a problem. How good are my elytras doing? Not good. Let's see how long they're going to last. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, that's a giga farm. That is the farm of farms. Yeah, you know what? I should have a water bucket ready. Oh, hey, nice little village. Although I've already got all my villages. Oh my gosh, another witch hut. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. You should just join the call, random person, in the NPM Discord. Well, it'll give you updates to what I'm saying much quicker than watching the stream, and, oh, I thought that was it. Where are all the jungles this season? Alright, well. This'll be it for my elytra. Dying. Ugh. Spelling hard, okay. Yeah, look at that. My elytras are completely broken, which is why I want to find a jungle. Where is the jungle? Yep, Anna's still muted. No idea where she went. Jungle search party, yeah. I need a no, not beetroot. Beetroot sucks. I've already got beetroot as well. I'm going to stop planting it in my farm. I need, no, not sugarcane. That is the other variant. Bamboo. There we go. Oh my gosh, that took me forever. Yeah, I'm looking for bamboo. You want cocoa? Alright. I'll search in the east direction. I think this is east. I think, yeah, no, this is south. Yeah, positive Z is south. I'll search south. I had 18 blocks of iron the entire time! My man, you are good. Oh my gosh, what are up with these birch trees? I forgot they could be so tall. Ugh. Anyways, continuing forward. Okay, I need that. Actually, wait, I don't need it. I'm going to get an iron farm. Problem is, I'm going to. I don't. Yet. Alright. Alright, where? Where? Alright, my elytra's broken. I just tried jump flying. Just simple jump fly. What? Is that lava? Yeah, that's lava down there. You can just tell by the light, nothing else. Also, those watching my stream, I know you cannot see my hotbar. Don't worry about it. There's just stuff, 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 and stuff. Screw it. That's all I have to say. Screw it. 84 power reels. Nice. Okay. Crafting table. Sticks. Shovel. Boat. And off we go. I see light. Don't know what that light is, but light, nonetheless. Okay, I see multiple lights. I'll go to this light first. Oh, oh, that's a, what's it called? Can't remember. It's coral. Why can't I remember the name? Such a horrible person because of this. Anyways, yeah, lots of coral here. Coral reef, that's it. Oh my gosh, why did it take me that long to figure out what it was called? No! Why is all this coral dead? No, and why is it andesite? Okay. Also, what does this helmet have on it? Aqua Affinity 1. Aqua Affinity! Oh, not respiration. Okay. I understand more now. So there's a village over here. I'm gonna go raid it. I've always wondered, what happens if you have two net end portals active in the same server? Does it like accidentally respawn the Ender Dragon or something? Or does it just lead to the normal end and nothing happens? Instant death. Two end portals just equals instant death. Yes, makes 100% sense. It makes as much. Working on railway now. Nice. Because you have so many, don't forget to split them up enough. Or don't have that many, because for what I've seen, you need much more than that number that you have to get it all. Okay. Okay. Up, 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 and away. What? Oh, it revealed the chest? It did, I think. Go, go, go. What? Oh no, it revealed an underground cave. Oh my gosh, okay. Or an underwater cave. No. Breathe. Breathe. Dang it, why can't I get respiration on this thing? Alright, you know what? Let's just not care about those for now. Although, ooh, treasure chests. No. Treasure chests are useful. But kinda need to get respiration first. And also my iron farm. And also some mending. And also an experience farm. So on and so forth. Ooh, no, that's a cave. No, don't get distracted. Okay, whatever happened to Anna? She was here and then she left. She's muted, I know that much. Okay, there's desert. There's a giant desert. Okay. There's a village. Let's see what this village has. Doesn't. Oh, you're back. I know you did. You muted yourself. That's all I knew. Oh, why? It's there and then gone. There and then gone. Actually, no. It's just been there and then gone. And then there and then gone. That's it. Oh my gosh. Carrots! More carrots, yes. My farm needs these. I'm not even going to plant them back because I'm a good person.
Tasty carrot.
Yes. I don't care, random person. I'm not taking your handy. I'm not taking your handouts. I can be reliable on my own. Dude, why are you so nice as well? Please, tell me. You don't know. Oh my god. Apples, yes. Just like being nice. I don't take that as a valid reason. Ooh, a cartography table. And maps. Ooh, and paper. Paper. Give me that. Alright. If you don't loot a village, who are you? Wait, Anna, do you have like push to talk on or something?
What? No.
No?
I just keep muting and then unmute. We're kind of back. I think I'm gonna play Minecraft while Mason restarts.
Alright.
The Mason's here too. Hi.
Hello.
How's the volume? How's the audio?
Good audio. Not the greatest. I can barely hear you.
I don't know how to fix that, Ben.
Okay. Well, if I'm quiet enough, I'm sure I'll be able to hear you.
Will you hear us now?
Sure. I'll just say yes. Also, Mason, you can now get onto the NPM server.
But it's not working. Anna gave me the IP address, but it keeps on saying I have an invalid IP address. Yeah, and we keep checking it.
Hold up. Hold on. So, wait. Who's getting the invalid IP address?
Mason.
Mason? Okay. Make sure it's 2 M's for the com, and then .com with 1 M.
Yeah, I got that.
Alright.
We did check it. Mine's working.
What's your port number?
Same as Anna's. Yeah, we already checked all this.
Huh. And it says it's invalid.
Yeah.
That is very strange.
It could be just because I have an old phone.
No, or... No, I don't think it's that. That wouldn't be a reason. Your Minecraft is updated to 1.15, right?
Yep. Would look like it.
Yeah, with all the bees and stuff.
Yep. It's the bee.
Huh. That was your actual, username, right?
Let me double check.
Yeah, make sure you're logged into that account because you're not going to be able to get in otherwise. And sometimes it's really random, it just says...
As the input? I meant to click on. Let me look. Let me see what I sent you. Technically, it's what I sent you. Actually, yeah, it's the... I texted it.
Oh. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Okay. What's happening with my CPU?
2L. Oh, yeah. Mason sent you the wrong thing. Yeah.
Okay.
I accidentally sent you 1L instead
Jeez,
of 2.
what?
So there's... Entirely Mason's fault. We can blame Mason. We all agreed to do that. Yes?
Wait, why is... Oh yeah, end task that. Hold up. Alright, let's see if this has any effect. Alright, let me go change it so it works. What? Why is this anti-malware thing taking up so much processing power?
Good question. Nobody knows.
Alright, anyways, let me go update it and...
Alright, thanks, Ben.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Okay, so... it's instead of 2 E's, it's 2 L's?
No, there's still 2 E's. You just have to add an.
So it's just, it's S-E-E-L-L.
Yes.
Okay.
S-E-E-L-L, and then O, Mindar.
Okay, so the only thing was needed is an extra L, I'm hearing.
Yes.
Yes,
I am. How long will it take before my pickaxe breaks? To roll good questions as I dig into the mountain. Oh no, Ben.
There.
That's kind of
Okay. Stopping server.
What does it matter? Oh no. Oh no.
Okay.
Let's face it, well, if you
And
really
now,
like
if I
watching
go
over
here,
my
I
shoulder.
open it back up. Okay.
I'm almost certain my singing's likely almost silence far more interesting. It bends
Oh,
me
look,
all
James is
over.
online.
How to do this?
Alright, server should be up.
Hello.
And you should be able to join. I've got a feeling if anybody's watching my stream, they're going to yell at me for the playback. The feedback loop, that's it.
Yeah.
I should come back to spawn, but I'm a few thousand meters, a few kilometers away. Yeah, I'm gonna start heading back. Ooh, pillager base. Pillager outpost.
Those are always fun.
Mhm. So are you able to get in yet?
I restarted my Minecraft so that it was on the latest version, I guess.
Oh yeah, I forgot in this version the tops of cacti don't prick you.
Yeah, I know, right? It's so annoying. Because it's so irrational.
Oh, come on.
Yes,
Oh,
you
excuse me
can't
for a...
top the cactus. You are safe. Oh, I hear something. That's never good. I'm just mining away.
Every time. I always forget to turn it off. Anyways, we're good. So, still unable to get in?
Yeah. Skeleton.
Ooh,
Oh yeah.
that's a sand.
Somewhere. That is. Like, oh, I was writing it. I forgot this storyline.
What's storyline?
You know how I write books?
No.
Well, I was writing a book
Okay.
that I'm probably gonna just throw somewhere to be
And-
found.
Yeah, and just
And
forget about it. Alright, I'm looting a pillager outpost.
Ton of
Ouch!
writing.
Stop hitting me! It's not nice! I killed him with a pickaxe. Alright. Okay, armor's still looking good. What has thorns? My helmet? Okay. Oh, oi. That's not nice. Okay, I got a crossbow now. Nice. With Unbreaking 1. And is literally on 0 durability. Oh no! Oh no, there's two! Okay, they're dead. Ooh, enchanting bottles. Oh. Oh, that sucks. Anyways, back to spawn. I'm going to come help you guys out once Mason gets in. Is still having trouble getting in?
No, I just had to restart my Mac.
Oh, alright. I saw light. It looks like diamonds. For a second I was like, wait, did diamonds actually spawn up here? Then I realized it was light. How much further must I walk? Oh yeah, here's something. I built Thalia a house when she got back into the server.
Fun. Do that. Why? Do you?
Because I destroyed her little dirt hut while I was making my farm.
This is very enjoyable, isn't it, Mason? My book. Love this. I'm say that.
Oh yeah, wait, what was it about what was the diary in that one world that we have?
There was a diary about, I think, a dolphin.
Yeah.
And then there was another diary about.
Yeah, in the old one, in the new one,
angel
there's.
god.
Yeah, there was
This
one in the old one,
I
and then there
don't
was
have
one in the new one. So Anna, what have you found so far on the server?
Lava. Literally nothing. What do you mean? I've been writing and doing some coal things and doing some survival things, but mostly writing. I have one goal ever, which is to write a book and leave it somewhere for people.
Yeah, just get a book, write something, and then leave it somewhere, and if somebody finds it, get them extremely confused about what is in it.
Yeah. You're like, oh yeah, that's a new update. Yeah. Just occasionally they throw books. They think that's. Don't know who they is, but you probably. Don't do that.
So I know just because you know how little you do with actually knowing stuff about new Minecraft things. But what do you guys think of the upcoming Nether update?
I'm sorry, I was grounded for a month. What is it? That's a great influence. It's not Mason's fault. We blame.
What was that? Oh, those are phantoms. Where are the phantoms? Oh, there's the phantom.
22. Sorry. I'm putting in a number.
Oh, Maybell Beatricer. Hello. How are you, friends? Where are you? There you are. You. Dang it. All right. Crossbow time. I missed. I missed again. I hit. Oh, I thought I was out of arrows. I missed again. I didn't hit.
Sorry, doing an accent again. No, you don't like it? Don't know why. I think it's fantastic.
Anyway, so Anna, this person, the other person on the server, he is Random Person. His name is Random Person. At least, that's what I call him. I don't know his actual name. I've never heard his voice either, but Peter. Oh, your actual name is Peter. Oh, okay.
We have information.
Oh, shoot, I just started a raid. You know what, I'm just going to leave this village to die. I started a raid in this village. There's literally a pillager outpost in the middle of it.
That's
What is this? Seems about right. Yeah, I know, right? Oh boy, I'm gonna have to start getting used to calling you Peter now.
You see, certainly it'll be weird. The pillager tower in the center, that's their government.
Yeah, that's their government. That is a representation of the USSR.
No, that's a representation of our political system.
Oh. Oh. Alright, yeah, I guess so.
It's just
Alright.
it's
Where?
actually the government of a small villager town. Guys, calm down with this.
Why are you okay, yep. Peter is super nice, you'll learn that very quickly.
Okay, I bet. It's nice to meet you, Peter. Is that it, then?
Super rich. What?
Peter? Yeah, I forget names. Yeah, I also decided to put the earbud in my left ear, which is not.
Oh wait, what wait, I just okay, okay, okay. Yes. No. Oh, ouch. Oh wait, we should do the meme we were doing earlier. You know what? I should get rhythm on here and just start playing it. I know it's going to give me a copyright strike, but hey, who cares?
You don't care about copyright. That's for
I don't even get monetized yet, so I'm fine.
True.
I'm sorry, what is that mushroom?
Makes for both earbuds out of our ears, so that was fun.
You know what? I have a diamond pickaxe with silk touch. Can I do this? Oh my
I'm
gosh.
afraid,
Yes.
Ben, the IP appears to still not be working,
Huh.
which is worrying.
I mean, it's working for him. I mean, not me. It's working for me. It's working for Peter. It's working for you.
Working for me? It could just be because it really is crappy. It's like 7.
Wait, I can't get the. Oh, I was using my axe, not my pickaxe. No, no, Jimmy, no.
I almost decided to run into lava. That's a smart move from a smart human being. Because
Yeah, why?
it's me.
I didn't. I was getting this giant mushroom, and I was using my silk touch to get the stem, but I forgot that it's only my pickaxe that has what's it called? Whatever it's called. And silk touch, and I started destroying the rest of them. Yeah, and I started destroying the rest of it. Haha, you think I'm foolish? Just yeah. Well, you'd be absolutely right.
What do you use a mushroom stem for?
It's just decoration.
Because, you want to have mushroom stems.
We
That's what I told you
crunch.
to do, right? I think I'm gonna start building something. I guess it's a house. I will be living there, but will it be a home? Sure thing.
I'm almost back.
Whenever you're deciding to build your house, try and find out if it's really where your heart wants to exist. That is the most important part of anything, ever.
I am nearly back to spawn.
Oh,
Took me this entire time to run the distance. I have an elytra, but I can't fix it.
I have one line for what? Reminded you.
Alright, snowy mountains.
Oh yeah, this song.
What the? I just found a skeleton with a diamond helmet and a diamond chest plate.
Oh, Okay,
sounds like a you
so
problem.
OP. I'm just
Mason, it's not funny.
I know it's not. I'm just saying it to annoy you now. It's a great deal of fun.
No.
Skeleton, and also why
It didn't
you're
drop any of its
cleaning.
armor.
Yeah. Wait to have a mental breakdown for when the camera's off. Actually, no. It
Nah,
didn't
it's
drop-
better when to have it when the camera's on because
That's
then we
what
can
the
show
mental
it.
breakdown is about. Views.
The views skyrocket when that
The
happens.
views. Yeah. They love a good mental breakdown. It's a mental breakdown.
Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Ba-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Ben just started to improvise halfway through.
Actually, no, that's actually how the song goes.
For a second, I swore I saw a name tag, but it was just in the distance. It was like distant snow, but it was pixelized in the same way a name does instead of distant. So it's like, oh, someone's found me.
Anna, that's actually how the name
Group of
goes.
people
The song
living
goes,
in
not the
one-
name. The song goes. The only reason why everybody does that one part is because it's the easiest part to remember, because it's so repetitive.
Well, no, it's not. I'm not telling you to continue. I think there is a part that, but I don't.
Oh, yep, I see the Giga Farm. I know where I'm going now.
Giga. Is there like an area where the majority of people are living? Cause
Yeah, I live in a swamp. Random person lives near the swamp.
Of course, you live in a swamp.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
In the shed.
Yeah, Anna, what were we doing tonight?
Copyright. What?
What was I doing tonight?
Oh yeah, you were at a party.
Yeah, at the party, you remember what I did, right?
Yes, you got. Yeah, you collected all of the Magic the Gathering cards that were swamp.
Yes, I am the Swamp King. Bow down before me.
Strong. Well, that doesn't matter. I am the environment. I think.
Yes, you were the plains, I believe.
I'm sorry. I hate myself. Oh no, but I also had islands, and I also had.
No, you were just islands. Other Ben was forest.
Oh no, but it's youthful Ben, your elder Ben. He lent me his powers, and I basically had it. Oh, oh, I just said it. But he lent me his powers as.
How much further are you going to go with this random person? Or Peter. Peter, that's right. Skyland. Oh, no.
You're making mistakes. Yeah, well, I don't play.
Alright, Anna, where are you?
Sitting on the. What? Where am I?
Yeah, where are you?
I'm on a mountain somewhere.
You're on a mountain. What are your chords?
Yeah. Oh.
Only the first and last.
Yeah, I know. Negative 1,174.
Okay, negative 1,174,
Wait,
and
do
what was the other one?
bones float in Minecraft? Why do bones float in? That's a good question.
So, negative 1,074 and what?
Except for- I'm sorry. I moved position slightly, but it's now negative 1,172, 119.
119, alright.
Yeah, before it was 120. I remember that.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Anna, welcome to season 3 of NPM.
I've been on here before, but
Yeah, you were. The last time you were on here was season 1.
no, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Season 1.
Season 1 was the one where we all lived at that one single village.
Oh Oh, that was season 1. I thought season 1 was when we were trying to start NVM.
No, that's season 0.
That's season. Whoops. We did it.
Yeah, just know the term changes every time we talk about the multiple different NPMs there have been. Like before, that's been that's been like pre-season. It's been so many times. But yeah, Anna, that was you're thinking of season 1.
As I was. I think I'm just gonna build up.
Oh my gosh, you went all the way up there.
I'm not gonna do that. Well, not a great deal farther Ben, to go. If you couldn't tell, Anna is a sky queen, and you are just a floor. Oh my god.
Anna's a sky queen? Is that what I heard?
Yes. Apparently.
Ha ha ha, you fool! I have an elytra!
Oh, you may be the sky queen. Me.
Oh my gosh! Skeleton horses, yes!
I don't even have a position yet because I don't even have a tower. Oh, yeah.
Wait, somebody's roped up these skeleton horses. Who lives here? I'm just going to take one to help Anna. Don't tell whoever lives... Oh my gosh, this horse is so slow, never mind.
Realizes
This horse is slower than me just walking.
Well, it's a skeleton horse. There's not much muscle to push you anywhere. Also, I'm literally being held by magic. It has arthritis. And yeah, with age comes joint problems. That was not funny. No one should be laughing at that.
Too bad, I'm laughing. Ha 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 ha.
I was. Tell me where you live. What? Literally, because. Out of curiosity, nowhere.
In
Nowhere
game.
and everywhere at the same time. That's always my answer for whenever someone asks.
Hannah,
Where and everywhere.
I'm nearly there.
Where are you currently? Negative 11,000.
11,000?
127. Negative 1,100. Yeah, I'm doing good on these numbers, guys.
Whoa! Oh, hey, it worked. Oh, yeah, oh. You guys are breaking up a little.
Upward for no reason. Gosh dang. Oh, snake. Oh, yeah, you're breaking. Yeah. Try that. Is that any better?
Alright. What? What's any better?
Cord.
Oh, Anna, I found you!
You found my tower? That's not even a tower yet. It's just kind of a... It's more of a plaza currently. We're working on it. Oh, did you just shoot me?
Oh no, I've got your skin! How come I have your skin?
My skin?
Yeah, I've got your skin, apparently. It's a glitch.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, it's a glitch.
Does this happen to everyone?
Yes, it has happened multiple times. It still hasn't been fixed. This is a Minecraft problem. But I've had at least everybody's skin on once. So, but yes, hello, Anna.
My skin's far superior to theirs. I love being a... Why? Frickin' fix that.
There.
What kind of monster are you? My bed is wet.
Where's your bed? Oh, there's your bed.
My bed is now soggy. Look at what you've done.
Oh, okay.
No one wants a soggy bed, Ben. Oh, yes, make it worse. That is where I do my resting.
Here. I'll make it even worse. I mean better.
Yeah, I'm certain you will. Isn't the first time, is it?
Oh gosh.
You melted all the snow that was there. Like, what are you doing? Just ruining my home decor. I'm an idiot, but I do not understand the way you live. You just isolated it to that area. What the hell? Who does that? And you
Me.
grows mushrooms, so I can't pick up the material. Thanks. Very kind of you. You can't. I have dirt. Oh, he fixed it. Now walk away. My house, my home. Oh, I called it a home. Look at that. Look at how we go full circle in less than like 30 minutes. Is it?
Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it there.
I'm literally just listening. Are you leaving water in places? Jesus. I'm just gonna continue to dig. Anna, why are you digging? You were digging straight down. No, I wasn't. What the hell are you talking about? Maybe I just saw wrong. I need to sure you were digging. If I did, it was literally one block. That doesn't matter. One block is all it takes to kill you. One block is not what. You know what? What the hell are you talking about?
Yes.
We
Yes.
all know the tale of Alex
Yes.
and Steve. Yes. Please remind us. The tale of Alex and Steve. Read the Minecraft Bible.
Negative 1100, 100.
Minecraft Bible. God damn it! I've been writing Minecraft Bibles.
Oh.
Something killed me. That was bad. No. Did you just kill me? Yeah, 90% sure that was Ben. And you're going to kill. I'm not going to kill him. Where's my crap? Where's my hole? Where was I digging? Well, where's this specific?
You'll never know it was me. You have no evidence.
I have plenty, like your existence, and the fact that it wasn't quite yet dark enough for that to be enough.
I heard a skeleton.
I didn't. So where am I gonna go? Well, I'm gonna go to you, who shot me from a distance earlier. This is stupid. Do you blame the innocent? Or... yeah, which is clearly Ben. Obviously. Guilty as charged. Admit it, damn it. I mean, dang it. Cause PG and they say that here. This is for the youth. Oh, I do hear something. Sounds like a zombie. Oh, I just heard a skeleton. For Ben. You've been assaulted. I've been You're right, that is assault. Oh, you made it worse. Or something. Not necessarily. Shame how the world works, isn't it? You got shot in the back of the head? Well, that sounds like a you problem.
Okay, it's not funny.
Not do these things? Me? Who's continuing to get my... When you honestly do so... Oh, God.
What the?
That's a horrific image. I want to just have a house on the top of a mountain in... Look at me. I live away from everyone. I'm the gosh dang...
I'm not in the stone. I'm not.
In the stone? Are you in, like, my hole where I was? My hole. In my house. God damn it. Dang it. Dang it. Get off the goddamn cord. Well, I didn't know I was sitting on the cord. Should've. Why are you in my... This is my hole. This was my hole. For me to collect things. Why are you like this? Release his horse. All right,
You're
maybe not
bribing
really,
me. Fine.
maybe not
whatever.
really forced.
Fine. Bribe. I will accept a good bribery. I'll be bribed. That's fine. Thank you. It's very kind. I assume you can hear things, cause that's my.
Yeah. He's in the call right now.
Because it seems that you found me when I did not type my.
He's in the call,
position.
Anna.
I thought you were gonna say closet or something, and I was like, what?
Why would I say closet?
Not that years ago. Just kidding. Just a few. It's alright. We're all good.
You know what?
Stop.
Here,
Get
here.
out of my thing. There isn't like there's anything even in there.
I
I
know.
think you realized I have done nothing but write a book.
There you go.
Who's doing these things? Was that Ben or you?
Doing what things?
I have food now. And 2 tridents. I'm so confused.
Okay, yeah, that was Peter.
That's very kind of you. But
And
don't
I
think
gave you,
anything
I
else-
also gave you a
can
few
live in
things,
my
but
world
nothing
if you
so
wish.
significant.
That sounds awful. I must make a door and a roof. There's a lot of there's chores to be done for this tower, but have a house. Have whatever. I don't know what's happening. I'm relatively lost.
Yeah,
There's currently
random person and I
nothing
live near each other, so does Thalia.
notable.
Oh, maybe I'll be a tracer. Welcome back, friend. Disappeared there for a little bit. Not sure how long that is. Hey! Hey! You wanna go, Phantom? You wanna go?
Oh yeah, because no one slept in ages. Insomnia is for the strong. Sleep is for the weak. Yeah. This is a great influence on all people ever. Yeah.
I killed it.
Anyway,
It's dead.
so
It can't annoy me anymore. I also killed a witch.
kill the witch.
Yeah, killed a witch.
The irony, no one. The secret irony. Not that I'm realizing that's exactly what I'm insinuating, but no.
I am being hunted. Ah!
Did you not read the book? Jesus, I'm having a British accent. Swear to God, I'm not British. But it keeps happening, so I did that for
Yeah, it's because you did it half of the day, Anna.
Yeah, but now it keeps popping up, and I'm like, oh. God,
That's why.
It's not my actual accent. Oh, I know why. I just explained that's why I'm being a murder. I'm being a murder.
You're being a murdered.
Murder's fun. I'm murdered
Because being murdered isn't enough.
It doesn't like me hitting things. Sometimes I will literally directly hit something. No. We won't even move the hand for you. We're not even gonna pretend that we don't realize that that didn't work. Oh, okay, I'm gonna... Game, you cannot. Yeah.
Oh, come on, there's another phantom? I've had it with these phantoms.
It's so weird having your skin. When will that fix?
Oh, wait, do you have my skin?
You know what? At least... Your skin, I think, yeah. With the glasses and the blue eyes and the suit.
Yeah, that's my skin.
Whoever was it,
As I told you, it's a Minecraft
I was
glitch.
given armor. Peter's the one who gave me the armor, right? That's the name. Peter? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not good at
Amazing Dubstep, also
Peter,
known as
okay.
Random Person, also known as Peter.
Thank you. Okay.
Alright,
Names
I've
are
made it
hard.
back home.
I'm gonna just forget. I'll try and remember. I'll do my best, but names are hard. This is why I think everyone should go by colors. We don't ask questions. We move on.
So what? So what's the color of
Superior
Satan?
classification mechanism, the name. What?
What's the color of Satan?
Black, so not really a color.
Actually,
Yeah. Because obviously,
honestly, if I was a color, I'd be a rain.
I think we both. I think if we had to choose one singular color, what color would you be?
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. On here, Thalia's become a cat lady.
That does not surprise me at all. Out of the things that surprise me on this planet, Thalia being a cat lady is not one of them.
I'm a cat. I just like cat.
Cat human sounds like you are a cat.
Oh no, dear.
Backs up. Wait a minute. Fill my cup, put some liquor in it,
And a copyright. It was literally less.
Do you have Discord? Yes, I do. You should be able to find my Discord link in the description.
Because Ben does a Whoa, what are you doing? You lurking? What is this? This all makes sense. None of this is weird. People lurk. That's casual things people do.
Naturally.
Yeah, totally. 100%. Totally understand. Do the same thing. Instant farm? What are you doing? I'm so lost.
Do you not know how to make an instant farm?
Oh, just a farm over there. I was like, what's happening? I just thought I didn't realize there was a farm.
Alright.
It's all good, Mason. All good. 100%.
Doesn't sound like it, Anna.
Spectacular. I understand the world.
No, you don't.
Planet,
Not with that economy. Well,
not with this economy. If anyone hasn't realized it yet, Mason and I exist over the same. We just hover around one singular brain cell.
Yeah, we
And
share
we-
a brain cell.
Yes, but we hover over it. It's not a part of us.
Yeah, we
look at it.
We have to look at it to absorb its power.
Yeah,
And then we have to
it's
wait
not a
for
lot
it
of
to
power. We have
Yeah.
to charge it occasionally.
Yeah, we have to like plug it into a wall outlet. Frick that.
Just symbol comes up. Charging. Charging. Charging.
I need to. Oh, there's
Alright.
the farm.
Oh, I need more fuel for this thing. Alright, to the end. No, nether. Nether, that's it.
Of the world as we know it.
Do not trample the farlands. I want to trample the farlands.
Someone put snow on.
Yes,
the
I
top.
understood
Glad
that
to know
random person was making a joke.
Something happened? Why always me? There's a great deal of meat in my inventory. There's just beef. Just beef.
Who doesn't love beef?
Ow.
That's horrific.
That's all
Never
beef
say that
is.
again. Yeah, I know, but never say it that way.
Anyways,
There's a
for
reason
you
we don't
two,
call food animal parts. Are you scared of the truth?
so for you two, just for you, so you two know, we've made it to the end. We've made it to the Nether. We've killed the Ender Dragon, and we've got into the end cities.
Wow. You've made a bit of progress.
And I'm here, still at the beginning stages of anything. Without... I haven't really mined anything more than coal, cobble. But I've never been one to do all of that. I always do stupid things in Minecraft.
Like build a
That's
house.
what I do.
Like build a house, exactly.
Actually,
but
I'm pretty sure
specifically
Anna,
a
you're
tower.
building a hotel for who? Me and my demons?
You're gonna need a really big hotel. Don't worry. They can.
Alright, who wants to help me look for a, what's it called? I can't remember what it's called.
Far enough.
A jungle, that's it. Who wants to help me look for a jungle?
Hey, I'd help if my phone would work and let me on the server. Yeah, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But no,
When you wanted to play Minecraft, but God said...
yeah.
Wait, what happened to all my phantom membranes? I thought I had more.
I mean, I technically could play on.
Oh, excuse me for a moment. Alright, I need more phantom membranes. Shoot. Actually, wait, hold up. How much does one phantom membrane heal in Elytra? Okay, not much, but it's good enough. Wait, how come I still have 13 diamonds?
Pretty good question. How come the universe allows me to play my without any skill? I just don't have it.
Alright, where are my fireworks?
I do the very basic.
Oh wait, there they are. Alright, off this direction to look for a jungle. Because for some reason, we can't find a jungle.
If you run in one demon. If you run in.
I mean, I went 3,000 blocks north. And I couldn't find a jungle.
Then run 3,000 blocks south.
You went south, you think? Which way did you go? Negative X, positive X, negative Z, or positive Z? South is negative Z. Or wait, no. No, north is negative Z. Okay, so you went yeah, you went north. I went south, you went north, okay. I'm getting myself confused a little. Are you serious? My elytra's almost broken already.
The urge to save. Okay,
Alright, well.
You develop new things. The new crazy.
that's why we're friends.
You're vacating? Okay.
I'm curious.
Also, Anna, these are the types of friends I make because I stream.
I'm sorry.
No,
what?
it's called Shia LaBeouf Live.
Oh, Shia LaBeouf Live. But I just. You seen that, Ben?
Seen what?
And oh, and Peter. The Shia LaBeouf Live.
What's that?
Do you know who Shia LaBeouf is?
No.
Okay, well, neither did I. Oh, Peter does. Human being that exists on this planet. Have
He's
you
the
seen
guy
the
who
Shia?
plays that one guy in Transformers, and he also plays Indiana Jones' son in Indiana Jones.
Why do you
one
know
of them.
this? I didn't know this.
And he also plays some other.
Yeah, I still have no
Okay,
idea.
somewhere. Okay, well, human being that exists. But someone decided to write a song, and then I think perhaps someone else, or I don't know. Now, though, a entire video exists about Shia LaBeouf being a murderer, and
Yep, it's spectacular, and it's a
a
musical.
song. Yeah, song. And Mason and I now both know pretty much all the lyrics to it,
Alright.
which is fun. It's great. I suggest everyone watch it. We can't give them hints, though we do know the entirety of it. Yeah, we do.
Yeah, all I have to say is I am confused.
This seems problematic. True. Now I have the song clip. Dang it.
Alright, I just need to go 1,300 blocks, more blocks to reach it. Oh boy. If there is no jungle in a 3,000 block radius
G-E.
of spawn, then we have problems. Oh my gosh, it's a Fuchs! It's a Fuchs!
I'm not a particularly big fan of the horse being in. Okay.
Well, that doesn't matter. He bribed you, and he has to do whatever he tells you.
Well, it's not.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that's a tiny
Neither
ravine.
wants the horse out.
Oh.
Jeffrey the First. This is spectacular.
TOF.
This is the greatest horse ever.
Please.
Going straight. He is beautiful, absolutely. But he must leave.
He is trying to go through the
All right,
wall.
1,000 blocks to go.
Travel through the walls. Go.
Where the heck are these jungles?
That's a while back when you're done. Oh, this.
Can't you just ride him out?
Yeah. No, because. There. I'm gonna fix my wall.
What was I doing?
Oh my gosh, I've run into another ocean.
Needed a pickaxe. Yep. Got one of those. Oh, coal. I didn't need coal.
Do 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 do
Thank
do
you.
do do do
Actually,
do
it was the
do
only
do do
resource I
do
had
do do
sufficient
do do
amount of in
do
a mountain.
do do.
Wait, no, I must combine 61 and the 3.
Guys, guess what?
I'm so
Do
good.
do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. And it
Were both of the different
repeats.
parts of the song?
It's okay. We're both forgiven. Will the meme lords forgive? I don't know. We never really. They're rather ambiguous in their messages.
The
and beliefs.
meme lords aren't exactly.
No, not exactly.
I render distance
But
is
it's
set to
never good laugh, so
56
generally,
chunks.
you can make the meme lords laugh.
Where are these jungles?
Multiple numbers.
No, 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 no.
Honestly, Ben, with you hoarding all the swamps earlier and you looking for multiple jungles, you sound pretty darn greedy tonight.
I just want a single piece of bamboo. That's all I want.
Why do you want
Just
bamboo?
A single piece is all I need.
And also, that's not found in a jungle. That's found in a bamboo forest.
Which are inside of
Or it
jungles.
can be. Occasionally.
Yes,
But
but
not always.
I have a high chance of finding some bamboo in a jungle. And if I see bamboo, I will take it. But I haven't found anything. Oh, look, another swamp. This is now mine.
Yep, they always are.
No. Oh my gosh.
Ben's like England, except just with.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not-
could that
not
be one?
modern England, not like UK. I mean,
No, Great Britain.
Great Britain.
Back when they conquered India.
No, not just India.
Or Spain.
The entire world.
Honestly, even the French weren't as bad. The French were kind of quieter about it.
The sun never set on.
Why does the sun never set on the British Empire?
Because it was everywhere.
No,
Every
because nobody
corner of
trusts the British in the dark.
Ah.
What?
No one trusts the British.
Oh.
Are you serious?
Not really. You find it?
I'm looking for a jungle, but I find a mushroom biome.
Ha!
I found those mycelium places. I can't remember their actual biome name, but
I think I went through one.
on my quest to find a jungle, I find something even rarer. So wait, if I can't find a jungle, but I find this, does that make jungles rarer than these?
Not necessarily. It appears that it's just
This map generation is broken.
because in theory, no, it's just in theory.
It is broken.
When there's something to be improbable, it's still possible. And just because the thing that's more probable does not happen,
Ooh, icebergs.
that the second action is more probable. Sort of that.
Sorry, what did you say, Anna? I stopped listening.
Yeah, I know. People stop listening. Some people think it's because. Oh, okay. We're out of politics. Leaving it. We're gonna ignore it. I know. We're moving on. That was awful. I hate myself too.
Wait, what did you say?
I said, well, because,
Anna, don't repeat. I thought you said you were going to leave it behind and drop it.
Ben asked, so here we are. It's a thing with feminism that like, women are ignored. But it's fine. We're ignoring it. I know that wasn't intentional. Don't care about me. It's just me. Specifically me. Yeah. It's okay.
Just wish my mother would.
I'm going to restart this server just because I can't find a jungle.
I'm continuing to just destroy amount to make a, what, I don't know, a hotel, I guess?
For my demons.
Each floor is themed for a different type of demon.
Oh my gosh, so much good stuff. Okay. Grab it all, get it all. And now leave before you drown.
Just name it Anna's Demon Hotel.
Anna's Demon Hotel. You can only stay there if you're a demon?
What?
If you are not
What?
a demon,
What,
you
Peter?
are not worthy.
I have found multiple oceans.
You found multiple ocean, not the ocean. There's so many oceans. Mama. Love that you ended with your mother. That's spectacular. We all should.
Alright, come on.
Oh no, I'm just saying because Baby Yoda was.
Baby Yoda, baby Yoda. I've actually never seen The Mandalorian.
That's a shame. It's really good.
Well, I don't have Disney Plus, so.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm
Ben.
watching it
Ben.
pirated, but I can't tell people that, so I'm watching it from pirate.
Ben,
What?
that sounds like a you problem.
Uno reverse.
No, you.
Oh, +4.
My heart's almost gone. Probably should eat something that's smart, you know, so I can actually regain some
Yeah,
health.
with your 2 stacks of cow parts.
My 2 stacks. Why? Why is that funny to me? I do not know.
Alright, time to start
Hello,
digging.
Jeffrey the First and Peter. How many? Am I being trapped in iron? Because that's troubling. Yep, that's distressing. Yep.
Peter.
Love iron. I finished eating.
Peter, I think I'm
How
gonna just
many
stay here
Jeffreys
now.
do you think you're gonna go through, Peter? Jeffrey 563, all in
Hey!
Roman numerals.
How many Jeffreys do you think you're going to go through? Because you have Jeffrey the 1st, we have Jeffrey the 37th, or like the 2nd, or...
Jeffrey, that number. Do you know? Can you translate that?
Oh,
C, I believe, is 100. X is
I
10.
wish I could say yeah,
That's
but my
that's
mind-
100. I believe that's 156.
Hello. Freedom.
Alright, cool.
I believe that's supposed to be
Iron Pots? Oh, it's mine.
156.
Well, thank you. You need to stop giving me gifts. I don't need gifts. I'm plenty spoiled enough. I got into a cave. No, what? You do what? I missed what I said before these sentences, so now I'm lost. But, you do. Okay. Thanks. I'm so confused. It's very kind of you. Don't really need it. Gifts you need bread. I love that it's nearly the need as in needing bread to make bread. As in like dough. That's the need for needing bread.
There are two different, for the next sentence, two different ways process it.
Yes.
You need
Where is this treasure chest?
Three, but the third is a stretch. Because if you made to make bread a name, then it's to need, or it's need. You need a person who is to make bread.
Please tell me if you find a jungle.
Oh my god, that's animal abuse. Yeah, it is.
How is it abuse?
Needing a dog.
No, you need.
So you're going to.
I need to make bread. I'm going to
We
name
have a
my
lot of
dog
fun.
in the future to make bread. So I need to make bread.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Everyone understands.
All you have to say is need. Come here.
Yeah,
You need to come here. That's a good name. Is
you need.
Yeah. You need to come here. You need to sit. You need to roll over. I think that's spectacular. Is this 4 blocks? I don't know what I've done.
Well, then the name should be you need.
Yeah.
First name you, last name need.
And they just go by you need. Yeah.
You need.
You need.
Oh my gosh, that's an even better name.
You must.
You must.
Will.
Trash can.
Mushroom!
You glitched out so it sounded.
Mushroom, you are now mine.
The way you're saying that startles
Mushroom.
me slightly.
Mushroom, you are now mine. Spain to literally all of America during the 1600s.
I like that that's the joke you tell. Is like nerdy as frizzle dizzle.
Oh boy.
The sweet calls of a turtle. What?
Are you serious? That's not a jungle. Oh my god. Where
I
are
can't
all
actually hear it.
of
We're
the
nowhere
jungles? Oh wow, this Mushroom Island is actually very nice. It's like a paradise. You know what? I might just move out here. Pun intended.
Oh ha. Move.
Yeah, I need to explain it.
Jokes that are so bad that they're good.
Yeah. What was there was one that there's some great in the world like
Oh wait, can I do this? Oh no, I can't.
That sounds like a you problem.
in a flock of geese that's flying above you.
Oh, excuse me.
Why is one side longer than the other? I don't know. Cause there's more geese on that side.
Hey,
All right,
do you
guys,
know
I
if
have
you
to go.
took all the blood vessels out of the child?
Yeah, I have
you
to go,
charge
guys.
with murder?
Oh, I was like, what is this? That's too far. Oh, Ben left the game.
I'll see you guys later.
We'll miss you, Jada.
If you don't have any luck, Mason, just tell me. Anyway, see ya.
Bye.
Anyways, for the rest of you, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. That's about it.